What's going on, folks? Rich here for RageWorks, and we got another Masters of the Universe action figure review. This time, instead of the Revelations line, we are tackling the Origins line of figures. And of course, it is fan favorites and incredibly hard to find, at least initially, Keldor and Kronus, who many of you may not know, go on to become Skeletor and Trapjaw. Keldor's figure has existed in numerous incarnations of the Masters of the Universe toy line, but I feel this is the first time we've seen Trapjaw as Kronus. It's one of those things where I'm glad to learn a little bit more about the character, even though his origin has changed quite a bit. One of the earliest depictions, I believe, was he was a weapons dealer and he got into a conflict with He-Man. He-Man threw a blaster at him, which conveniently blew off half of his face, thus Trapjaw. I'm sure the origin has been changed quite a bit, especially for newer fans coming into the series, but it's awesome to see this bit of fan service with Keldor and with Kronus. With that said, let's take a better look at the packaging. Obviously, nice windowed packaging with great artwork on the front, as well as on the back that you see the additional figures in the line, and again, just more amazing Masters of the Universe artwork. With that said, let's crack open this box and take a look at the figures. All right, here we go. We got Kronus and Keldor out of the box. Let's get into the accessories first. So you get a nice dual-colored Havoc staff. You also get the same effect on Keldor's sword. And then the thing that jumps out the most is this alternate Skeletor head. Mostly because in relation to the regular Origin Skeletor, he doesn't have the jeweled eyes. I mean, it really is a better head. If you want to actually use this on your existing Skeletor, besides obviously Keldor, I can definitely recommend it. Kronus is pretty generic. I have really nothing to say about him. I mean, when you compare him to Trapjaw, when he becomes Trapjaw, it's obviously a night and day transformation, but he's just basic henchman. You know, it's cool that they made a figure of him, but there's really nothing that jumps out and seems super out of the ordinary for the character. As I said, though, Keldor is the real star of the show here. He's got an awesome cape. Check that out. Even though it's not a cloth cape, it just works very well with the figure, and it goes under the molded hair, which is nice because it rests well, keeps the cape in perfect position for display. All right, so let's take a look at these weapons. As I said, you get the bicolored Havoc staff and sword. I really love the look of this. I feel like this was an accessory that should be standard with all Skeletor figures. A big gripe that I had with the Revelation Skeletor that we talked about in one of our earlier videos is the fact that he didn't include his sword. I love the fact that Keldor includes his. Kronus comes with a default blaster, which, you know, I'm sure if you've picked up numerous Masters of the Universe figures, this blaster looks all too familiar, or a variation of this blaster. Articulation is great, 16 points of articulation on these guys. You can see that you can just pretty much mess with every part of them to get great positioning and capture a lot of those poses from the comics or even from the packaging itself. Now, one of the things that many people are wondering is, how does this compare to the regular Origins figure? So first thing we're going to do is we're going to decapitate Keldor, throw on this Skeletor noggin if it goes in there correctly. So there he is as Skeletor, and then we are going to go and get the current Origins Skeletor. So a few things of note: the skin complexion on Keldor, a little darker, less shiny, definitely not as shiny as the current incarnation of Skeletor that you can find warming the shelves in many of your favorite retailers. I feel that the cape is just a great touch. I almost would have wanted to have seen a cape included for the Origins figure. You'll see a couple of differences. You'll see that the bat is painted versus the Origins one. Also, the jewel is painted here. Darker purple on the loincloth and the armor, as well as the boots, versus the typical 3-foot, 3-toed configuration from most of the Masters of the Universe bad guys. Overall, the Keldor figure is just, for whatever reason, just leaps and bounds better than the Skeletor figure that's currently in the line. Definitely love this figure and cannot recommend it enough. The articulation and the posability of this figure, learned something new recently, that you can pretty much pop off any of these joints for articulation. So Skeletor now has no hand. So, but still, if you wanted to, let's say, take this hand and swap it with, I don't know, give him Trapjaw's hand, which would be weird, or Kronus's hand in this case. Oh, look at me. I have a weird blue hand now. But it's good for customization. Like I said, with the Skeletor alternate head for Keldor, you can throw this head on your existing Skeletor figure if you want. Let's just snap these guys back off. And of course, if you want to go real old school, take the cape off. That way you could really make him look like his old self. Throw that joint back in. Now without the cape, you will pretty much have Origin Skeletor. Overall, I think, just like I said, the Keldor is the star of the show. I love the accessories. I love the articulation. The alternate head is clutch. And if you can pick this up at your local Target, it's really no longer a hard to find 2-pack. You can find it on the shelves in most Targets, and you can order it on Target.com. But I cannot stress this enough. Pick up this set. If anything, for Keldor, which is usually one of the harder to find figures from previous assortments of Masters of the Universe. What do you guys think? Do you guys like this new Keldor figure or Kronus? Or are you guys picking up this 2-pack? Let us know in the comments. We'd definitely love to hear what you think. And of course, if you like this video, hit us with a thumbs up. And as always, subscribe to stay up to date with all the latest and greatest when it comes to all action figure reviews from Rageworks. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next video.